Okay, in this video, we're going to talk about how to find the area of a square. So the area of a square, one of the formulas that we like to use for that is the area of that shape is equal to the base number times the height number. And that's typically used for rectangles, which a square happens to just be a special rectangle. All right, so as we look at our different squares that we have here, it's really simple to be able to set this up. The bottom number over here, we're going to call our base number. The side number up here, we'll call our height number. Okay, it's base and height. All right, so if my area equals my base times my height, writing my formula is always a really good step to get you started to make your setup correctly. All right, so the area equals the base, which is 4, times the height, which is 4, which gives me 16 units squared. Okay, we don't know what the units are in this one, but it gives me an area of 16 units squared. Now, one of the cool things as we look at this is some of us would probably look at this one. Okay, we look at our next one, and this one is twice as big. So we can just multiply this one by 2, and we'll get there. All right. Now, that may be the case in some situations, but it's definitely not the case here. And then let me show you this. All right, so again, we write our formula. Area equals base times the height. My base is 8, my height is 8. So my area equals 8 times 8, which gives me 64 units squared, whatever units those may be. Okay, so you'll notice between these two, this one is not just double of that one. Okay, even though I double the length of the side, I double the length of this side, and I double the length of this side. So that caused the number to go up even more than just doubling. So we can't just assume the fact that just because one of the side lengths or one of the measurements has been doubled, that the entire area is going to be doubled. All right, so we have to be very careful with that. And going through the process and using our formula every time is always a good practice to get into. So now we've go back to our original square. We take 4 by 4, and now this one's a 2 by 2. So does that mean I can cut this in half to 8? We'll see. So again, my formula, area equals base times the height. So the area equals the base, which is 2, times the height, which is 2, which gives me 4 units squared. Now, some of you may be asking, why am I using units squared and not just units? Because remember, when we're talking about area, we're talking about how much area is taken up by this entire shape. There are 16 one-unit blocks, and it's a squared unit because it has 2 dimensions. If we're just dealing with perimeter or a distance between 2 points, that's one-dimensional. When we're dealing with something that's area and how much we're taking up, space we're taking up, then that is a squared unit because it has 2 dimensions. Okay? If we were to get to a volume of a cube or something like that, that's in 3 dimensions. That has width, that has height, that also has depth. Okay, so we got to pay attention to exactly what we're dealing with here. Our last example over here is another square, 5 by 5. So again, my formula, area equals base times the height. So the area is equal to 5 times 5, and 5 times 5 gives me my 25 units squared. And it is imperative that you make sure that you add your units every single time that you do this. Okay, thank you.